Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I want to show you a website that I believe I've shown you in the past. It has lots of information, and it's called, or the address is hfunderground.com, and it provides information about shortwave listening, and it's mainly postings that amateur radio operators have done about their shortwave listening experiences, including, and I'll go down here. Here is the list of topics, including shortwave pirate radios. These are loggings of North American pirate stations. And if you're interested in listening to pirate radio, which are radio stations that are on the HF band that are illegal, they are illegal. I mean, they're not abiding by the FCC rules, so they're broadcasting illegally. But it's kind of interesting to listen to. And around holidays is when they're most active. Now, they're not always on the air because they don't want to get caught, basically. And it's kind of interesting to listen to them. They're kind of pretty wild about just talking about different subjects, broadcasting music. Like I say, you may not be interested in this, and it's not really legal. But anyway, this website will give you information about what has been received. Now, not only that, it also has European pirates, Latin American pirates, medium wave free radio, FM free radio, HF beacons. Again, these are postings from people who are members of this website, myself included, that post what they've heard so that other people know, oh, okay, this station's still on the air and it's been on the air just recently, whatever. And it goes on down, and down here's shortwave broadcast, long wave, it goes on and on and on. Now, and then there's technical topics on equipment, antennas, propagation, SDR. And so you could spend hours on this website. And like I say, I have mentioned it before, but it came up in an email from one of my users groups that I monitor about the fact that pirate radios will be active since it's close to Halloween, and probably starting tonight. And they're typically, in the United States, they're typically around 6.9 megahertz. I'm going to attempt to listen to them tonight, but I'm not sure I'll get to it. But I wanted to let you know. So let's just go back up here. And this is open to the public, except you have to have an amateur radio license to post. You don't have to have a license or register anything else to look at this stuff, which many of you want to do. So we just select here, and we've got 92,000 posts and on 19,000 topics. Now, I don't know what period of time, I don't know if this is forever or for what period of time. So let's go look at it. And here's some posts down here. And here's Kiwi SDR. We know about Kiwi SDR. These are pinned posts, so they're always at the top. Here's one of the pirate stations called Mixed Radio International. It's on 6.879 USB, and it was heard by Chris at today, and his posting was today at 6:44. That's probably UTC. And then it goes, here's Radio Gaga, and this is how many possible pirate stations have been heard. There's Squirrel Radio, I've heard that. Wolverine Radio is very popular. And there's 953 of these postings going backwards in time. So here's October 21. There was a whole bunch of postings. We can go to the next page. For example, October 20th was busy. And you can see, they're just all over the place. So this gives you an idea of the fact that the stations are out there and they're being heard. Now, if you're not interested in pirate stuff, let's go back a couple pages here. And let's go down to shortwave broadcast. That's what most of us are interested in. And again, these are posts where people have heard these stations, and it tells you know when they heard it, what time of day, what frequency they heard on, so you know whether those stations are still active. I've been having trouble, which I didn't have before, getting China radio. And here's a posting of somebody that received it 1912 UTC yesterday or 2 days ago. And let's see, there's Radio Waves International on 6.070 at 6:45 UTC, and it goes on and on and on. Here's Voice of Turkey. I've been having trouble hearing them. I'm wondering if they were still on the air. And we got 179 pages. So check this out. You know, if you're not interested in the pirate radio, you can go look at some of the other subjects. Let me go back. Let me go back one more. So you can see all these loggings. And let's just take a look at software development. I mean, SDR, software design radios. And here's postings about people are using these things. Yeah, let me see if I can find one that would be. Well, now here's a radio I've got. This is, I would call one of these. This is one of the earlier SDRs. It was made by ICOM. There were a couple of them. There was a PCR 1000, 1500, and I think a 2500. And as the number goes up, it has more capability. I have one of those sitting on the. Actually, I have just. I have one. I have one. I have not migrated it over to this computer. That's why I haven't showed it to you recently. There's not a whole lot of software for it. The software that came with it is kind of, well, it's okay, but it's not spectacular compared to like SDR console or something like that. Now this is, let's see, the title is the ICOM PCR 1000 using HD SDR. Well, that's newer software. So that'd be interesting to see if I can get that working. And maybe let me just quickly take a look at this. I missed the features, and that I missed features that it offers. For example, I decided to improve it. First to control install. Okay, this tells us experience with that device and with HD SDR, for instance. Alrighty, I'll go back and look at that later. And here's the gentleman that posted this. He's in Poland. Pretty cool. Lots of good information. I mean, like I said, you can spend hours and hours on this. Stolen SDRs. I don't know what that means. Like I say, I digress here. I don't want to get into these. Like I said, I haven't been on this website in a while. I'm definitely going to sit down for a couple hours this weekend and go through this and look at some of the latest postings. Check it out. Just check it out. If you like it, that's great. If you don't, if you like it, please leave a comment. If you don't, yeah, leave a comment. That's okay. Oh, that's it. Have a great weekend. And if you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. That tells me that I'm doing shows that you enjoy. I don't like to do shows that nobody cares about the subject or is bored by the way I did it or whatever. Bye-bye.